Hi, Mochismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, and share, and give a thumbs up to this video if you find it helpful. And please share it with someone else if you think they will benefit from it. I would appreciate that. Well, you know, it's a beautiful day out. It's just a beautiful life. It's beautiful in many ways. The life that we're living awakened. Not only did we awaken to narcissistic personality disorder abuse, we were awakened to the whole shit show of behavior by way of many different people in many different facets of life. This extends beyond the intimate or family dynamic relationship that we were in. When we woke up from the abuse that the person in our immediate space took us through, it opened a bigger can of worms. So now we've able to expound on that and look at almost every nook and cranny of what we do on a daily basis. And we are finding out a lot of things that are both disturbing and very interesting, to say the least. So I thought it would be nice to just talk about, how the awakening did more for us and than it did against us. It did more for us because it shook us to the core. It made us see that we didn't value ourselves as top priority, because in the Matrix mindset, we were always told to put others before ourselves. We were told to think of another person, not be selfish. And what that did was it made the narcissist do the math and say, wow, if this person has that mindset, I can capitalize on that. And that's exactly what they did. But awakened, game over. We don't just continue to be our best person. We continue with apprehensions that you won't believe. We continue to be the very same person we were and have been most of our life, with a stronger hesitancy, a stronger apprehension, and a stronger critical thinking. And that is what this was designed to do for you, chosen one. It wasn't for your detriment. It was to wake you up to some things that you already possessed, but it made them come full circle. It made them come to the top. Because living a life haphazardly is one thing, but living a life gullibly believing everything is good until you see different is another. We are now able to see things for what they are, not for what we want them to be. We don't take most things at face value anymore. We don't give a lot of situations the benefit of the doubt. We are firm believers now, awakened, that it's not so much you have to earn my trust, but you damn well gonna have to show me some signs that you are trustworthy. I don't care how much someone else can tell me you've done in the community, and someone else tell me how good of a person you are. Secondhand information, it doesn't serve me in a big way. What it does is it gives me an idea and an indicator of what kind of person you could be. If I hear good things about you, quite naturally, we tend to gravitate towards people who are doing things in life that are noteworthy, good, noble, and different things like that. But the difference of an awakened empath who is vibrating very high, we won't just gravitate to you. We will gravitate to you with a critical thinking like you wouldn't believe. We will go into a situation with the skepticism at the forefront of our mind. And what that skepticism does, it doesn't really cause us to doubt you, but it causes us to observe you in a deeper way than we did before. And this is what just being awakened and educating ourselves and just constantly on a regular basis, introspecting to see where we are grounded at first and foremost. Then we're able to gauge genuine people around us and in our space. Because if you know yourself well enough, you're to a point where you're now able to see outside of yourself and see another person in that respect too, or a person with the lack thereof. Certain things would just pop out at you. They would jump out at you. There are certain behavior. There are certain body language cues that you can pick up on that you used to dumb down. And so when we go out in our day-to-day life, awakened empaths, we move in a way that is very uniquely specific to us, while most of society is just like they're just doing, whatever is commonplace, whatever is comfortable, whatever is available, whatever is easier. We're not problematic, but because we are awakened and we were unawares of what we now are aware of, we have become public enemy number one. Not only to the narcissist, but we are also a threat to people who lack the self-awareness, the self-esteem, and different things like that, because the narcissist will actually have them believing that we think we're better than them. Narcissists are very persuasive when it comes to labeling empaths and chosen ones as being high-minded, egotistical, better than. And see what the narcissist does. They find weak people who are very susceptible to believing this at face value. And many times, a lot of these people who are buying into these lies know you better than the narcissist. But they are able to persuade some people who you didn't think could be persuaded so easily. Because you're making sense now. You're speaking with a verbiage that didn't come from a book as much as it came from an experience, as much as it came from an awareness of who you are now. Because the introspecting did that for you. The isolation did that for you. You were able to get back down to ground zero and build upon you from where you are and look into you as to what you possess, your strengths, your weaknesses, your shortcomings. So we did all of that when we introspected. And that's what helped us in becoming a whole person, unlike never before. So you threaten those who are not as secure in their self as you also had once been. So don't be put off when you have not only the narcissist coming for you, but those around you that you had in times past thought that this one or that one would never go for the BS by the narcissist. And they fell for it hook, line, and sinker. And so the awakening of the narcissist or from the narcissist caused you to do more than just become aware of who they are and who they who they are. it caused you to go beyond that, and you can see in everyday life how in many ways a lot of people in almost every capacity, a lot of people are very much of that same mindset, and they are very problematic. You see it, you observe it casually. You don't really even speak on a lot of what you see. And even not speaking on it, it doesn't mean that those who are aware of your awakening are not threatened by you. Because even in your silence, and it really has nothing really to do with you speaking what we now know, speaking our truth. Sometimes our silence, because we don't cheerlead for the BS like we did before. We don't encourage, we don't champion the shit stir. We don't support toxic conversation. And even in our silence and our mannerism and our body language, they know it tells them. It tells them that we are not a part of what you're doing. We're not picking up what you're putting down. And see, when you can stand in your own individuality, that alone makes you threatening. It's a beautiful place to be, though. I hope and pray a lot of people come to that point. But that'll be a choice each individual has to make on their own. I just hope that I can be somewhat of a beacon and a light to encourage those who are in that rut right now. Take your side. Take the side. Take your side. Take the side of good. Take the side of those things that you know don't serve you well. Because awakening causes you to be silent in many capacities, because a lot of the things that you could say in certain capacities, you know that it's either not going to be comprehended or you're going to be ostracized and crucified. So it'll be a waste of time. But before you awaken to be silent, you're taking a side even in your silence. So you need to take the side of you. Don't endorse, don't cheerlead, don't champion for toxic, dark energy. You can do bad all by yourself. Stay out of that break room with those toxic people. Stay out of that family conversation with grandma or auntie that's always bad mouthing uncle. And eventually these people won't have anyone, they won't have an audience. At least they won't have you as an audience. Something to think about, guys. So the more you look at this awakening as something that happened for you instead of something that happened to you, you can see that there's more work to be done. Much, much more work. That being said, bless.